Hello everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the Brando Critic, and today we are discussing the first Avengers film. Yes, released in 2012, this was one of the most anticipated movies of my lifetime. I remember being in grade 11 and just the entire school just talking, I can't wait for the Avengers movie to come out. Avengers. The Avengers. That's what they talk about. The MCU has taken over pop culture. That being said, I liked this movie when it came out, and I like it now. But Marvel fans, you can leave your hate mail in the comment section down below. I think the novelty has worn off a little bit. When this movie came out, the marketing was, okay, you have Iron Man, you have Thor, you have Captain America, you have Hulk, you have Black Widow and Hawkeye, even though you don't really know about those two yet, all in one movie, right? Like, there's been nothing else like this before, even though Smash Brothers is a game with a bunch of different video game characters, but we can scrap that. In a movie, we haven't had this big collaboration yet, right? So that's what the marketing is. Come to see the Avengers, to see all these characters in one movie. And I will admit, when I saw it for the first time, it was pretty cool to see Tony Stark and Steve Rogers bantering back and forth on screen. However, we've had almost 10 years of Marvel movies since then, or 2008 to 2018, and we've just seen so many crossovers. We've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, we've seen 2 more Avengers films, we've seen Captain America Civil War. You know, we've seen many movies of characters coming together, right? So that whole novelty has worn off. So now you are left with just the bare bones story. And you know, when you take away the novelty and you take away the spectacle of having all these superheroes in one movie, you start to realize that, at least I started to realize, that the story is pretty weak. It's pretty simple. They obviously do not go for the complex storyline. This goes for the more 8-year-old's fantasy playing with action figures. And what I mean by that is, you know, take a movie like Spider-Man 2, for example, where, you know, Spider-Man has to fight Doc Ock, but it's more about the inner turmoil of being Spider-Man, and he wants to quit, and it's more of a deeper character story. Here, we're gonna have these aliens come down from outer space, and then we're gonna have Iron Man and Captain America just fight them, and there's gonna be these tons of aliens, and then Loki's gonna have his own ship, and blah blah blah. And you know, it's like, if you're a guy, and I'm sure if girls did this too, not many did that I know of, but you know, like when you have your action figures, it's just like, oh yeah, no, not today, Zurg, you know, like Buzz Lightyear. But you know, you have all your action figures out, and you're doing like this grand, like, the land of make-believe, right? You're playing with your action figures. This is like an 8-year-old kid playing action figures on the big screen. And you know what? It's fun to watch. However, looking at it again, with no novelty, the story is pretty bare bones. You know, Loki's plan is just to take over the world, and it should be threatening, right? On paper it's threatening, a guy wanting to take over the entire world. But it doesn't feel that threatening. I'm not scared. You know, when I think of movies that like really get me engaged is when I think, how in the world are these heroes going to defeat this villain? Even the first time I saw this movie, I had no doubt in my mind that the Avengers could easily take care of him. No problem, right? They even have it in one scene where Hulk just, you know, grabs Loki and just smashes him around, and yeah, it's great for laughs, but yeah, you could have just defeated him that way, you know, before this whole invasion of aliens and whatever. Speaking of my problems with this movie, this is where I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail, and I might get some people unsubscribe from me, but you know what? I'm not here to lie. I don't get why people like Loki so much. I don't. Now, I like Tom Hiddleston. I've seen him in some other movies, and I think that he's actually a pretty good actor, and some people talk about him being the next James Bond. If he does that, he needs to hit the gym, right? I don't know, I shouldn't be talking. But, like, he's a great actor, and he seems like a fun personality, right? When you see him on Graham Norton doing impressions and stuff. But why is he so beloved as Loki? Like, everyone talks about, oh, the best superhero villains of all time. Oh, Loki's #1. You know, they're mostly Marvel fanboys, but still. Why is he up there? Is it because he's good looking? I know a lot of girls think that he's very attractive. You know, he's not the most threatening dude. Just because he's British doesn't mean he's really threatening. Like, okay, yeah, you have the one scene with him interrogating or talking with Black Widow, and he's just like, I don't even know what he says, but he threatens her, and then she's just like, you're a monster. It's like, I don't, like, I know you're trying to go for like a Silence of the Lambs kind of thing. I just don't feel really threatened by him, you know? He doesn't pull it off as well as Thanos does, I'll say that. So in terms of like the whole 8-year-olds action figure thing, and you know, you have like the giant Battle of New York, right? That is like the tentpole action scene of the entire Marvel franchise. I think it kind of drags on a little bit, you know? It doesn't feel like I can tell that Chris Hemsworth is in front of a green screen and just going wah 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 wah, and then we'll digitally put an alien running this way so that your hammer can hit him at the right time. Take Captain America the Winter Soldier for example. A lot of close-ups, a lot of fast cuts, not shaky cam, but like the action like feels gritty and it feels like it hurts. You know, like that one kick where Captain America kicks the guy and he kicks him over the ship. Yeah, it's CGI, but like it feels like it hurts. You know? The Battle of New York, these aliens are gonna take over the world. It just seems like a button mashing video game, just like X, X, square, triangle, circle, circle, triangle, X, square. It just doesn't seem that interesting to me, right? If I knew more about these aliens, I guess, you know, like, one, I didn't find Loki very compelling, and I don't know anything about his army. I don't know anything about it. I find it kind of hard to really get invested. The only reason why I'm invested is because I see Tony Stark as Iron Man, Steve Rogers Captain America, you know, Thor, the Hulk. Seeing all these characters in one movie, like that's the only reason why I'm watching it. And yet the novelty's kind of worn off. So again, like when you watch this back in 2012, or if you haven't seen it before, you'd be like, wow, this is incredible. However, after watching all the other Marvel movies, this movie definitely loses its gravitas. So with that being said, I still give this movie a 3 out of 5 because I do enjoy it, right? That theme by Alan Silvestri is an amazing theme, right? Like I listen to it when I go to the gym sometimes. I listen to it when I'm walking my dog, just like it just pumps you up. And it is great to see all these characters in one movie, but the plot is just a little too bare bones and it's just not as compelling. Like I have no problem with bare bones plots. As long as it's compelling and as long as, you know, the characters are interesting enough, then I'll watch it. And luckily, the Avengers has great characters. Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't see it as a masterpiece. A lot of people say this is like the pinnacle of blockbusters. I don't really see it as that. That's why I give it a 3 out of 5. Now I know all you Marvel fans are hating me right now, and I know all you DC fans are like, yes, take that Marvel. Trust me, I have some things to say about the DC universe, which will come for another video. But if you're new and you want to see more, definitely hit like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and you have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care.